Hey everyone, it's Wrestling Oracle back with more news. Come along as we examine the craziest stories, tales, and speculations you should be aware of, like as Roman Reigns' absence from SummerSlam, Vince Bookman's suspension from the new WWE HQ, and Monday night's matchup between Logan and a WWE star, Paul match relocated Hulk Hogan attack, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that alert. Ring for everyday footage of wrestling. Now, it looks that Vince McMahon is now prohibited from entering the new WWE headquarters, according to today's headlines. This serves as a somber reminder of just how far the former WWE Kingpin star has fallen. In an interview with Conrad Thompson, longtime WWE employee Tom Cushi, who was let go during the pandemic, said that Vince is no longer allowed on WWE property. It's crazy that you drive by the building and you got that big championship belt, Cushi revealed. We were in two different buildings from day one. We had the corporate office exit 9, and then we were right down the street from the corporate office, our big production studio. Vince always wanted us. Having us under one roof was his ideal. The dream arrived under one roof, and he is no longer even a part of it. Kushi mentioned that Vince had a gym made specifically for him at the WWE's new headquarters. Vince designed the gym with his trainer, Mike, who I knew very well. Vince is no longer able to enter the gym or go anywhere during meetings. The TKO people will never see Vince again. It's incredible to think of Vince as the legacy. Kushi talked about the claims made against McMahon. I won't disparage Vince because what's going on with him right now is a completely different story. In my book, there are always three sides to every story, so things will surface and you'll see them for yourself. I have no knowledge of the situation, but as Figure 4 Online has shown, it is what it is. Tom Kushi began working for WWE in 1988 and held a variety of positions within the organization for the next 30 years. When he was hired, there were only 10 people on the production team. He told Thompson that he was unhappy with the way people started to ignore McMahon after his departure, criticizing Paul Heyman for his remarks during Vince's Hall of Fame induction. That's what killed me about WrestleMania, he said, because everyone just buried Vince. Heyman buried Vince. And with Triple H now, unlike Paul, does Paul remember who bailed him out in the past and made Triple H a great guy? While Kushi no longer works for the company, his wife is still employed there. What do you think of the latest development from McMahon? Do you think he should be barred from WWE? Let us know in the comments section below. I'm not saying anything bad about Triple H, but if it weren't for Vince, half the guys wouldn't even be there making the money they made. And then you're going to put the boots on him and make him guilty before the trial even happens. You're saying a polite guy. Roman Reigns might be up next. Miss SummerSlam. Roman Reigns returning to SummerSlam? Fans have been hyping Roman's return since he left the WWE after losing to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. While it was thought Roman would take a break after Mania, some fans and pundits are wondering if Roman will miss the biggest summer party. Ringside News recently revealed that a tweet from Cleveland, Ohio, at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the SummerSlam venue, does not feature Roman Reigns in the promotional photo. This could indicate that Roman won't be returning anytime soon, but it could also be an attempt by WWE to keep fans wondering. Whatever the situation, Roman Reigns and the WWE have hinted over the past 2 years that the tribal chief will be appearing less and less in the WWE universe. If this is the case, the company needs to move forward by developing new stars and using the majority of its roster so it is not dependent on Roman. This is not to say that Roman won't still be able to play a significant role when he is available, but it makes no financial sense to continue with the same plot points while he is absent. Pentagon Jr., also known as Another Leaving Soon, is the next one. Does Pentagon Jr. have a kid? And if so, may he be joining the WWE? Pentagon Jr.'s contract with is set to end between August and September of 2024. He will then become a free agent. Lucha Libre Web reports that WWE is interested in hiring him. This free agency will be quite fascinating. Ant has been in AEW since 2019 and has worked as a Lucha brother with his true brother Ray Phoenix. The Lucha brothers have won championships and have been in the Trio Death Triangle with Park. They have also won the Arena AEW World Tag Team Championship. When Ray Phoenix's agreement ends, it's unclear whether Lucha brothers want to break up, particularly if Phoenix still has a considerable amount of time left on his pack. Ringside News says that WWE is interested in Penta 1 X Factor. Next, Tommy Dreamer believes that Becky Lynch should sign a one-night-only contract with the AEW so she may face Mercedes Moné in an upcoming All-In event at Wembley Stadium. They argue on Busted Open Radio that this would break the bank and offer her a one-shot agreement. She was placed on a one-shotter against Mercedes Moné a while ago by Becky Lynch. Tony Khan has never had trouble breaking the bank, so maybe he will make an offer. However, Dave Meltzer believes Becky is more likely to accept a contract with WWE when she resumes her career as a wrestler. It sounds like an easy answer because there will be a lot of money in the air case, but would you guys want to see a one-shot match at all? Let us know in the comment section below. I'm sure Khan will want Lynch too, but I can't see it happening because Rollins has already signed his new deal and it only needs to be a part since you'll be getting a huge offer either way. Your choice is to work with your husband and take your daughter on the road with him, or work in a separate company with different schedules regardless of wrestling. Next up, Rhea Ripley. Rehabbing injury. Now was time for an injury update on Rhea Ripley. Ripley has been out of action since a freak accident led to a shoulder injury. And the latest news comes from the Observer, as Ripley is rehabbing a shoulder rather than having surgery right now. She's not scheduled back for SummerSlam, but we are told if she heals up faster than expected, or if the storyline changes where they need her for an appearance, it's still possible if rehab can't mend the shoulder enough. She could need surgery. Shoulder injuries are tricky, and the extent of rep injury is unknown. If she needs shoulder surgery, she could be out until 2025. We wish the Eradicator a speedy recovery. We'll get into the most recent information on Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. Do they have a relationship? Did Liv Morgan and Dominic step over the line? And what does Rey Mysterio, Dominic's father, think of it all? We'll talk about all of this and more now that Rey has finally broken his silence. Some fans may not have noticed, but Liv Morgan recently done something really surprising to Dominic Mysterio. Some claim that her actions were improper. This is what took place. Due to an injury, Dominic has had his arm in a sling for a few weeks and hasn't been allowed to wrestle. But that all changed lately when Liv Morgan took off Dominic's sling and waved his arm, ostensibly signaling that he was okay to go back to wrestling. Liv Morgan is being referred to as a stalker by some fans who advised Dominic Mysterio to run for his life. Fresh proof of these assertions has surfaced on social media. In an unexpected video that Dominic posted on Instagram, Liv can be seen clicking like on many of his photos. Some claim that this is the actions of a stalker who is determined to get close to Dominic. A distressed emoji was used by Dominic in response, and Liv wrote, "I like it when you show me off." Many people think Dominic should exercise caution and resist Liv's approaches. But it seems like Liv's seduction strategy is working since Dominic and Rhea Ripley may no longer be together. What, however, is Rey Mysterio's opinion on all of this? At long last, Rey has spoken out. He said that Dominic acts the same at home as he does on TV and takes his role too seriously. Rey expressed his frustration at Dominic's actions, threatening to smack him to get him to stop. Ilya Mysterio, Dominic's sister, had similar sentiments, referring to her brother as a dork and claiming that he has always been like Way. Furthermore, Bully Ray, a WWE Hall of Famer, said on his podcast that Dominic and Liv had a terrific relationship. He implied that Dominic could already be having a covert connection with Liv and that he was caving into her advances. Over the previous several months, there have been many hints that suggest Dominic and Liv were intimate behind Rhea's back. Dominic recently let Liv to touch him improperly on Raw without objecting. This may indicate that Dominic enjoys the attention and that, behind the scenes, they already see themselves as a pair. Now that Liv Morgan is the champion, she has a great deal of power. It's possible that Dominic is drawn to Liv in addition to the prestige of being with a world champion woman. Liv said that kissing Dominic for the first time was the icing on the cake after winning the crown. Liv's behavior and remarks this week on Raw have persisted in implying that she and Dominic are becoming more intimate. Rey Mysterio has said that he disapproves of Dominic dating Liv, even if he thinks Liv may be a stronger influence than Rhea. Rey seems to be disgusted and horrified by their kiss and Liv's treatment of Dominic based on his previous remarks. This suggests that Dominic and Rey's distance will probably not go away. What do you think about Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio? What do you suppose their relationship's next development will be? Post a comment and express your thoughts.